I mean, good.
Right procedure.
So what do you think of Buji's statements on Afrobeat that Afrobeat music doesn't uplift and doesn't seek to free Africa?
I think that's subjective. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's subjective to a sense of if I feel like a genre is not supporting where I feel like its roots are from, I'm always gonna have something bad to say. But that also confuses me because since I was young or since I was introduced to Afrobeat, I was told that okay, Afrobeat fella came Ghana, heard the sounds, when they modified it, and then it exploded outside of Africa, and then it was called Afrobeat,
That's
and
what
then
some of
we
the
just and
enemies.
then we just modernized it with the S. You know what he's talking about is Afro dancehall, Afro swing, where we have the dancehall element, but you cannot say high life is
Dancehall influence.
is influenced by dancehall, it's
Or reggae.
influenced by reggae. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some level of, but at the same time, our forefathers might have been listening to them because at the end of the day, Jamaicans stem from Africans, right?
Yeah.
So that's our roots.
That's our roots.
So if the rhythm that we have in our music is in your music, it's because we are the same.
Because he's talking about giving props, like props giving, that we as Africans, or let's say Afrobeat artists, we're not giving enough props to dance.
Yeah, but they wasn't giving props when they were top of the game.
I mean, it all goes back to Africa. I mean, music all goes back
But
to
when
Africa.
Sean Paul, when all these guys were on the top of the stride of the dancehall, they wasn't really giving props to Afrobeats or African music. They might listen to it or whatnot, but they wasn't talking about it constantly. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody's asked any African artist what do you think about dancehall, and they've spoken bad about dancehall. Like most like dancehall is a very big genre in Ghana. Do you know what I'm saying? It used to be one of the number one where the dancehall wasn't complaining. Now it's not number one anymore. They still want props. Shatta can give you all the props you need. You get me? That's it already.
So, do you know what I find very deep, right? And I think I second with him is freeing Africa. From someone that I'm very big on messages. What you carry as an artist, what message you carry as an artist. And it's one of the factors that contributes to an artist easily, breaking through and gaining success in this industry. If I take this way, it's not the fact the message, the themes in your songs. I mean, it's very important for us to, for years of torture, years of torment, years of slavery, we finally have a voice. I mean, only a few of our people were represented, had the liberty to speak for us. But how much of influence did they make? They made lesser influence and impact. I mean, I won't say lesser impact because impact is impact.
I think you know what it is, yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
Alright.
Sorry to cut you off. No, you're right. But we cannot tell because you do music, because your area is struggling, you should speak up. You should not speak about it. You should do you know what I mean? You should create music to speak about your struggles. I think we do it anyway. We just have a way of doing it. And yes, there's more female girly songs or about girl in Afrobeats than because that's what like quote unquote men are doing. That if you're not creating some sort of income, you're catering for your family, your wife, your side piece, your girlfriends or whatnot. You're going club to attract women. So literally the lifestyle is that. And then also we actually the Afrobeats actually do speak on their struggles and whatnot. But most artists, especially as they reach the level of success, they start talking more fancy.
More fancy stuff.
Yeah.
More fucking because I mean it's a problem and we need to, it's something that we have to be conscious of because look at the likes of Fela Kuti. Fela Kuti is who he is today because of
I'm sure
most of the messages that he was preaching.
No, but I'm sure
Personal oppression.
I'm sure when Fela was around and he was doing the music, there was also artists that was doing the other side of music. So there is artists that are doing the whole empowerment, etc. But it cannot be everybody.
It cannot be everybody, right? But yeah, it's like those that are also too carrying out these messages on our struggles, emancipation, oppression, liberation. Do you get me? And sometimes, even in times of injustice, right, you can still be free. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that Africa has a lot going on its chest, and music is one way that we connect us with the world. Do you understand? It's a bridge. We connect the dots with music right now. So if years of torture, years of being silent, of not having a voice, and finally we have a platform where we can speak out on issues like Fela Kuti was doing years back with Afrobeat. Do you get me? So why is it that these times of we having a voice, finally having a platform to speak and to liberate ourselves and actually awaken people back, like back home, bringing people back home, and we are doing the drugs, the crime, we are copying. That's when you know, I made a podcast, I made an episode on one of my podcasts, and I'm talking about all of these reasons, right? All of these happiness is as a result of proximity to Western superiors. Do you get it? Because what I'm so much happy about is that in our songs, in our music videos, you see the African aesthetics, you see the setting, the demonstrations in there is beautiful. But here is the case that most of African artists, not I won't say most, but we're doing well in majority are not speaking what is on the ground
really happening,
because it might not last forever. And then what will our prosperity see? Our successes, our family, tomorrow, the future. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about. The message is so important right now because we finally have a voice. Right now, we have the world to listen to us.
I can
we
tell
have the attention, all the ears of the world.
I can tell you for a fact that every artist has got a song that talks about their struggles.
Yeah.
But most of the songs that blow is the song they talk about, where they talk about Nyash or us. You get me? So if you're a businessman and that's what's selling, you just go to what's selling.
Now, and I think it's because of the money. That's why you talk of Buju Banton mention of, oh, you want to go for the money. Then go for the money. Yeah. What will your posterity?
Because the reason,
you get me?
The reason, like, if somebody, let's just say, if Bernard didn't, I'm sure Bernard's, he helped recently, he helped the hospital. If he didn't go for money, he wouldn't have done the hospital. If he was just talking about the hospital struggling, the hospital would probably be the same as it is. Do you get? So sometimes you have to make the right decision. And like, some artists are all creatives, in it. So let's say creatives do have the freedom to create whatever they feel like creating, and some creatives will chase the money, but it's what they do with the money too can create their legacy. Do you get me? I think I just know that if they create some unions and all this type of stuff that's working overseas, and then also if artists invest back into their country. So let's imagine if like a Burner were open a music school or something. That will help more than him singing about there's not enough schools. Do you get me? I think that's what
with Burner, he's doing well with that, the messages that he puts out.
Yeah, he's good, yeah.